Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well taught us this truth and warned us of the things to come. The warnings that we received, which are the prophecies written of in the King James version of the Bible, all right, the Holy Bible, such as World War III, pestilences, famine of food and water, famine of the word, martial law, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, being a so-called black man, his father first and foremost, being a so-called black power, the prophets, all being of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Native Americans, primarily the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. The mark of the beast being the RFID or a microchip implant. All right, these are the things that they warned us about. All right, and it's true, and it's all coming to pass now as I speak. As you're listening to this video, those things literally are happening right now. All right, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are out there pushing this truth that we have learned from our apostles and elders in sincerity. All right, the water for which I do, we love y'all. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The water for edification, the water for the edification, and shalom. Alright, so if you're watching this now and you're a so-called black, Native American, or Latino, you're a Hebrew Israelite according to the Bible. And if you're not, or do not look like a so-called black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth, you could be a Hebrew Israelite as well. There's a very strong possibility. Alright, so, hey, we want to jump into the history of this flag here. So I googled the history of the Mexican flag, but I've already done my research on the Mexican flag. I've already done the research on Mexican history. But the spirit is wanting me to push up this for whoever it's for, man. Because if you're so-called Mexican, you're a Hebrew Israelite, all right? And you need to know, because a lot of y'all don't even know your own damn history, man. All right, you ask questions. Like, I'll ask questions all the time, man, like, to a so-called Mexican, like, yo, like, why would you have to gain independence, first of all? And who'd you get independence from? All right, what year did you get your independence? And what came about getting your independence? So we're going to go into the history now, all right? So you see the Mexican flag, right? Look at the Mexican flag, all right? And look at the back of the dollar bill, all right? So I have right here, I got the Mexican flag. All right, I think it's updated, and I got the back of the dollar bill here. We're gonna get some scriptures to support, the reasons why I have these pictures up here. All right, because see, what y'all don't understand is that you were in slavery for over three generations. You were in slavery first before they even came and got the so-called blacks from different parts of the world. Primarily West Africa. All right, you were in slavery first. Over here, digging the damn gold and diamonds, getting all that stuff for the so-called white man. All right, and in 1821 there was a revolution, man, or a revolt. All right, what you have I think he was an Israelite. There was Father Miguel Hidalgo. All right. That's what they called him. He's not, I'm not calling him father, but that's what he was. He was a, Catholic priest. They call his name was Father Miguel Hidalgo, the third, I think, I believe. And he was like the so-called Mexican Nat Turner, man, because he took the slaves and he said, "Yo, enough is enough." All right, basically, shit, he damn near played a part of, some parts of Moses, man, as far as, I'm not comparing it to two, but he had that spirit on him. It was like, yo, like, let my people go kind of shit, man, and he didn't like the way they were being treated. If you want to be technical, because he was a Catholic priest, and the so-called Mexicans were in slavery, and it's almost like the story of Moses, how Moses was so-called Egyptian, raised to be one, and then, he's like, yo, let my people go. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Miguel Hidalgo, man. He was raised as a Catholic priest, and he didn't like the way his people were being treated. All right, so that's why I believe he's an Israelite, man. You know, because why would he fight so hard, man? Because this man was put under the firing squad and killed, um at the end captured. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty much of his own people got him captured, just like Nat Turner. you know, because it wasn't your time. Well, it was your time to be so-called independent, but it wasn't your time to be completely freed, man. Because yo, Mexico, you guys were gonna take over, man. You was gonna kill all the Spaniards there, all right, and you were gonna take over, but it wasn't your time, all right. So in 1821, I forgot the general's name, but it was a general who came from Spain, all right, a so-called white man, all right, who made a pact with the people over there in the land of Mexico, and basically, you guys sold your souls and got in bed with the so-called white man, which is Esau according to the Bible, all right, and your Hebrew name is Issachar, all right, your Hebrew name is Ashashkar, translated is Issachar, but in Hebrew it's Ashashkar, all right, which means hired is he, or he is a man like that is hired. So if you look on the planet Earth in general, let's make a nuanced point here, right? Let's make a general statement. Out of every being on this planet Earth, the hardest working motherfucker would be the so-called Mexicans. And that's without a doubt, and everybody knows it. You got more jobs than everybody, alright? You got goddamn 4 goddamn jobs. You motherfuckers don't sleep. I know this personally. You don't sleep. And you goddamn 4 jobs, man. Because y'all some goddamn slaves, man. Y'all goddamn hustlers, man. Alright? That's your history. So in 1821, you made a pact with them, man. Alright? You got in bed with them. Alright? You started to trust them. Well, you ain't really trust it. It's just the fact that they basically was like, yo, like, we'll give you your independence, but you got to come work for us. That's basically, you know what I'm saying? You sold out. Alright? That's just what it is, man. Alright? And the general, he gave y'all that deal, and you took it, and that's why you get the flag that we have here. Alright? So the green, I think the green represents your independence, right? The red would be like, the bloodshed from the men and women and children that died fighting in the revolution. The blood that was shed between the war, the civil war that sprung out over there in Mexico. All right. And the white, this is very, very, very important here, because the white is how you got the Roman Catholic religion. This is why you Issacharites, all right, you Ashashkarites, this is why you so-called Mexicans are primarily Catholic religion followers, man. This right here is why, and you don't even know it. Y'all don't even do your own research. If you just ask simple questions, you will find that you're not Mexicans. If you would just ask simple questions, you will find that your religion is bullshit. If you would just ask simple questions, you will see that everything you've been taught is a goddamn lie, and that you're supposed to be finding the truth. Alright? Simple question. How did you learn? How did Mexicans start speaking Spanish? When the Spanish came from the Spaniards, and the Spaniards are so-called white people. So how you would have to, it would have to make you white people, right? Just like Christianity was beat and forced upon the so-called blacks, Catholicism, Roman Catholicism was forced upon you people, all right, for the so-called Mexicans and Tainos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Tainos were in there too, the so-called Puerto Ricans, all right, and Dominicans and all these people, man, the Latin tribes. How did you start speaking Spanish? You started speaking Spanish because it was that language was given to you. All right, you were told to stop speaking whatever language you were speaking. Right, which a lot of y'all were speaking Hebrew. That's why if you go to Los Lunas, all right, they have a rock that has Hebrew written in it. You know, just like we were told not to speak whatever language we were speaking, which was Hebrew, Swahili, and stuff like that, which is a form of Hebrew. And it was beaten into us to start speaking English. All right? English isn't our native tongue. So come on, man. Where do we get our language from? Where did you get your language from? From the so-called white man. That's why the scriptures tell you, Jeremiah, I believe it's 49, it says, for Judah and Israel were pressed together. It's talking about the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom are pressed together. All right. So, like I said, the white, just ask simple questions. Your flag tells it all, man. Your flag gives you the history of the flag gives it your history, your slave history. This flag gives your history of bloodshed. This flag gives the history of your oppression. The white in this flag represents that in order for you guys to gain, for you so-called Mexicans to gain your independence, right? Which you shouldn't. If you're already free, if you weren't in slavery, then why would you have to gain your independence? You see? Do you see? That means somebody had you in captivity. That means somebody had you dependent on them. For you to have to be independent means you were dependent on somebody else. All right? Just like the scriptures say that we will go to them for everything, for food and water and clothing. You were dependent on them. And you gained your independence, meaning you gained your so-called fake freedom, because it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. You're not free from the so-called white man. So the white in your flag, they told you in order for you to get your independence, you were going to have to accept the Roman Catholic religion. And do you notice how it says Roman Catholic or Roman Catholicism? Because it started with the Romans. That's their religion, and they forced it upon you. So how do y'all not see that? You're so-called Mexicans, even if you're, let's just say, we don't even call you Ishashkarites, or we don't even call you Issacharites, right? And we say you're Mexican. Well, how do you get Roman Catholicism when you're Mexican? Shouldn't it be Mexican Catholicism or something like that? You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't even ask simple questions like that. You don't slow things down, ask simple questions to find out where the truth lies. Because you know why? Because you don't care. Because you're wicked people. All right? Not all of you, but you see how wicked you are, where you don't even care. You don't even consider what the truth really is. That's wicked, man. Someone who doesn't want to see what the truth is evil. Like if I was to put your father, your mother, or your brother, or somebody, or even you, or your child, or even you on trial, right, for murder that you didn't commit, wouldn't you want the truth? Instead, to come out, when you want the truth to come out, instead of these lies people keep placing the blame upon you of, or would you want, and wouldn't you call those people evil? You would call them evil. You'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all blaming me for murder I didn't commit. Yo, you people are fucking evil. That's exactly what you would say. So that's the truth. But you don't want the truth to come out. Alright? Because you guys love the so-called white man. He's beaten and murdered his belief systems, which he don't even believe, but it's to control your ass. He forced by violence these things upon you to the point where now you love him. Now you believe that the son of the Most High and the Most High himself are so-called white people. That's evil, man. All right. So the white in the flag is was the force that you had to accept the Roman Catholic religion. So that's where you get the green, white, and red from. Now let's speak about the eagle. All right, and that's where our first scripture comes in. All right, because we have the eagle here on the Mexican flag, clutching these plants here, which are like cactus plants, and it has a snake in the other hand, which they say is because there was a legend that the people saw the eagle doing this, clutching, and these other, and these one talent had a snake and the other talent had parts of the land. But look at the American dollar. This eagle has something in its talents. All right. Now you do the history of the American dollar. It has a lot of symbolism in it. All right. On the right is clutching the land, and on the left is how we're looking at it. The right is clutching arrows, and the left is clutching parts of the land. That's signifying that they stole who the so-called Native American Indians are. They stole them and conquered them and put them in slavery, murdered them, killed them off, and stole their land. That's where you see these that's what they're clutching. Basically, we have them in our hands. We have their land and we have their people. And they do. They have the so-called Native American Indians, right, which are Gad and Reuben, and they put them on they fucked them up, murdered them, and put them on reservations where they have barely anything to survive. All right, they have to go to the American government to get everything. All right, food, water. All right, because they're not dependent, and they have a few reservations. All right, but they're like at the lowest parts of the land. All right, they're all impoverished, and no one knows it. All right, so now we're gonna get the scripture. See, because they gave you all this in your flag. You see, your flag has all these different symbols, but the American dollar has the same exact symbols. How ironic that your eagle on your flag is clutching things in his talons, and the eagle on American dollar is clutching things in his talons. And why would the eagle on American dollar be clutching arrows? That's telling you, we've taken these people. All right, we've kidnapped these people. We've murdered these people. We've conquered these people. And then it clutches the parts of the land, meaning we've taken the land. Same thing with the Mexican flag. But y'all don't even see it because y'all don't ask simple questions. Instead, they give you Day of the Dead to worship. Instead, they give you Cinco de Mayo and all these different, because that's what America does. The so-called white man distracts you with mirth and fun, and goddamn celebrities and things like that, and music and celebration, So let's get a scripture. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4, and it says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle." So what is this? Though thou exalts thyself as the eagle. And let's read up, because let's see who it's talking about. Obadiah 1 verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, which is God through the name of his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It says concerning Edom. The word Edom. Let's just click on Edom. All right, concerning Edom.
Strong's H123. Edom.
Which means what? To be red, right? A so-called white man is not white. He's a red man. We all know that. He's red. He's not white. All right. So it's speaking about the so-called white man. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. So that means God doesn't love everybody. He's calling them heathens. All right. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. So how is that love and forgiveness? This is a commandment from the Heavenly Father to rise up and rise up against her in battle, which is a so-called white man. All right. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The Most High has made them small among the heathen. So how is that love for everybody? You people are blind, man. All right. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. The word Caucasian means cave dweller. All right. And they told you before that they were cavemen. So that's talking about the so-called white man. And they're the most proud people on the planet Earth. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. They're so proud that the things that they do, they don't know what's set up for their destruction, because they're proud. All right. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. This is talking about the so-called white man. They're cavemen whose habitation is high. All right. These goddamn high-rise buildings. They're always putting themselves goddamn in on the most prominent positions and like president of the United States of America. That's considered as the goddamn ruler of the world. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? because they don't believe that anybody can touch them. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. So clearly this is talking about the so-called white man, the goddamn land of the free, the goddamn home of the brave. All right, the few, the proud, the Marines. You see, like they're proud. All right, and though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What is this? The America and Rome, those were the symbols of those empires. The Romans was considered as they had themselves exalted as the eagle. That was the goddamn symbol of Rome, and the symbol of America is the eagle as well. So that's how you know that America is spiritually Rome all over again, man. The scriptures tell you that this place is spiritually Rome, man. That's how we know that the Holy Bible stands true and because it's true. But you gotta have faith. They have nothing but Roman numerals and different Latin words. E pluribus, you see, all on their dollar bill. You know, when you take the bar exams, you know, to become a lawyer, you gotta learn Latin. You have to learn Latin to become a doctor. Some of the most prominent positions, as far as in the workforce and things like that in America, you gotta learn Latin. Why is that? Because this is spiritually Rome all over again. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, meaning there's satellites that they have in the sky, all right, they're ISS, the International Space Stations. What else? The cameras that they put all inside the on the traffic lights and all over these buildings and stuff like that, as high as they can to see everything because they think they're God. You know how they control people. Ultimately, they want to put the microchip in you so they can track everybody and control all people. That's why they make everybody get a social security number so they can track people by that. They want to fingerprint everybody so they can track you by that. They want to put cameras everywhere so they can track you, and they want to be God. That's why Travis Scott had that song called "Stop Trying to Be God." It's all spiritual, man. All of it is spiritual. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And he will, man. Alright, verse 5. Let's go to verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? And thieves came to thee, and they are thieves. If robbers by night, and they are robbers, how art thou cut off? How did they get this land? They stole this land. All right, it says, would they not have stolen till they had enough? Yeah, even a thief would come in and be like, all right, there's a TV, there's a fucking PlayStation, I got some jewelry over here, some money, let's go. Bang, they hurry up and get out. You know what I'm saying? But no, not the so-called white man. The so-called white man would came through and stole everything. It would have been some goddamn leftover plates of food in the fridge. They would have took that shit too. They wouldn't, because they'll leave you nothing. That's what they did with the so-called Native American Indians. Even to this day, they like, oh, there's a pipeline going through the reservations that we gave them after we fucked them up and pushed them into reservations. But you know what? We're going to need that pipeline. Even though this is sacred land, we're going to need that pipeline. Sorry, we're coming in to get another with something else. They take and take until they can't take no more. All right? That's why they dig into hell, right? And take all the goddamn oil. And they're fucking up the goddamn natural the way things are supposed to be in the world, man. They took everything from the so-called blacks, all right, and then gave them nothing back, all right, except for dependency, which is welfare and Section 8 and shit like that. Because why? The scriptures tell you we will have to go to them for food and water. The Holy Bible says this, but yet you people don't read. You guys don't study. You guys don't believe us when we tell you these things. It says, would they have not stolen till they had enough? Hell no, so-called white men wouldn't do that. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? So you can, you know what I'm saying? So you can replenish and fuck it. All right, we got, they grape gatherers came, but you know what? We got some left over. We're good. Not the so-called white man. All right. So it says, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. So that's how you got your flag. All right. That's how you got your flag. And that's why there's an eagle on your flag, and the white strip in your flag, all right, represents the Roman Catholic religion, that you would have to accept the so-called white man as your God in order to gain your independence, and you guys don't even know it. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the whole full elect, all here pushing truth and sincerity. The water of which I do, we love you and we appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. I'm going to do a part 2 on this because there are more scriptures talking about the eagle. Alright? And I'll bring up these same exact 2 pictures. And we'll do it again. Abaratazah, meaning Father's will. Shalom.